Hello, hello. Oh, good. Okay, people. Well, I just forgot to do some important plugging in here, and I'm going to have to do this without my land acknowledgement in front of me, or my introduction, which should be really interesting. Hold on, we'll be starting in a minute. I just have to do something. Well, I was going to come in doing black coffee or humming it. Do, do, do. Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. And meanwhile, I am drinking honeyed lemon tea. All right, let's see if I can get these. I screwed up something on my. There's default. Let's see what happens. Ah, here it is. I'm telling you, it was a bit touch and go there today. So I have everything more or less ready, but let me just do one other thing. I need to make sure this doesn't go to sleep. So I got to hit amplify, or amphetamine or something it's called, and put it down for an hour, which means it won't shut down for this hour. And the other thing I wanted to do was to check the sound preferences, because it may be fine, but yeah, it's on internal speakers right now, so we don't want to do that. So we are going to go to the input, and we want that to be not the microphones. Well, we want to turn that actually right off. There we go, that's better. And make sure it's not going to my Scarlett 2i2. The output, we want to make sure that it is nil on the speakers on the computer, and we want it to come out through the Scarlett 2i2, and we don't want any alerts or bebops or anything going on while I'm doing my live. So there we are already, I think. And I've heard from a lot of people, that they're going to have to watch later because they're doing things because it's the summer. So here we go. Hey, 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 all you hip chicks and hip cats. Janine Bourgeois, Catherine M. Thompson, and Dijnakas. And that's about all I can remember without having that in front of me. I am a singer-songwriter and poet. And this Cat's Meow is coming to you live on YouTube, broadcast via Ecamm. If anybody ever wants to ask me about Ecamm, please do. And we are sitting on the territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the 5 nations of the Grand, and this is a territory that was known to and called home by the Haudenosaunee-Wendat confederacies and many other indigenous people who passed through or called and still call this land their home. And we are very, very grateful to be here, to be doing this live for you on these territories. And that's it for today, I'm afraid. My old brain just doesn't remember like it used to. One reading, and I could remember anything, and that's not the case anymore. So today is Monday, July 18th, 2022, and this is our summer schedule. So we will be going live next week, next Monday, but after that, it won't be until the second Monday of August, and which I believe is August the 8th. So, yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. And by the way, the same link that comes to this live then gets you to this video on YouTube from here on out. So at this, after today, like after, it's within like a half an hour of me being finished, it will crop up on my YouTube channel, which looks like this, if you haven't seen it before. And it's right, on the list of lives. Now, I'm having my, come on, I hit it on the wrong spot. There we go. If you're here, I think those 2 thumbs up are both from me. If you are here, you can still put a request in the comments, but I have a little program lined up for that today. And I also want to say that I have my lovely granddaughter, Sophia, working on taking these live videos and breaking them down into individual little live performances of the songs and poems and so forth. And so what I'm going to do with those is put them, they'll be sort of in folders and that, so I can eventually hopefully use some of that footage to make a music video for that particular song, or simply have some of them posted up on YouTube. And so look forward to that, because as I mentioned, I haven't mentioned it for a long time, but any tips which you can give me by using paypal.me/Catherine M. Thompson, or emailing me at info at, oh goodness, it's really small. I don't know why that happened, but info at, it's not gonna, there we go. Info at CatherineMThompson.com, which is the, that is, what I want is a little hand. That is the email for my website. And it's not something that I check absolutely every day, but I check it pretty frequently. So if you want to get in touch with me about anything, that's one of the ways you can do it. And if you wanted to e-transfer a tip or a donation of any kind, and those I'm saving up as they come along, and they will be going into making the music videos. So log in if you can. If you can't, for whatever reason, you can just watch it and enjoy it. But if you do log in, you can make a request during this live. I've pretty much checked everything, I think, in terms of the requests, and so I've got a little bit of a program for us. Anyway, I'm going to start with Swing Daddy for Marianne, who suggested it for a mug design, and it's really got me going on this merch thing. I'm taking a long time to make them available to you because we're actually still tweaking some of the designs. I'll show you the mugs afterwards. Also, I didn't quite get this set up either. I'm so sorry about this, guys. I don't know what I was doing. I was kind of, working on other things when I should have been getting ready for this, I guess. So what we want is, we want settings, we want display and brightness. Why it's under display and brightness, I don't know. It's really weird. And get rid of the auto lock at 4 minutes so we can actually play stuff. And then we have the Dropbox, and fortunately all these favorite songs are for the most part at the top of things. So here we go with Swing Daddy, no vocal, and
Swing Daddy, swing, swing Daddy, swing Daddy, swing.
Oh, Daddy was a bassman in a swing band in those dirty 30s, dark depression days. They played dance halls in Hamilton, the Scopa Dance Pavilions. He played that up right on the old Palais.
Swing Daddy, swing.
His bass rode high up on the band car rooftop, and late one night the wind was blowing fierce. It threw his case into the ditch, smashed that fiddle all to bits, and Daddy waved goodbye to his career.
Swing Daddy, swing.
The 30s taught Daddy's law. Make good with what you got. You can do what you have to do to see it through. If you swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, thump that rhythm, dance all night and day. Swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, play that bass and chase those blues away. So daddy took the reins up on a bread truck, delivered to the store that mama ran. She'd been out dancing with her pals, heard him swing those big dance halls. He bought a book of matches and love began. Then daddy rode the locomotives all up and down the New York Central line. While mama cooked and mama sewed, and they built up a loving home, half a dozen children strong and fine.
Swing, daddy, swing.
The 30s taught daddy's rock. Make good with what you got. You can do what you have to do to see it through. If you swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, pump that rhythm, dance all night and day. Swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, play that bass and chase those blues away. Play Well, in the end, he was a labor leader. When he was 62 at a railroad union due, they let him sit in for a set. Daddy hadn't lost it yet. He played that bass the way he used to do. And that's Malcolm Connor sitting in for Daddy. Well, now you've heard the story of our family, and every single word of it is true. Daddy was a bass man, playing in a swing band, and Daddy, we're so glad Mama swung with you. Hey, 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 swing, Daddy, swing, swing, Mama, swing, thump that rhythm, dance all night and day. Swing, Daddy, swing, swing, Mama, swing, play that bass and chase those blues away. Play that bass, chase those blues, play that bass and chase those blues away. Swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing, swing, daddy, swing. Oh my goodness, it is so fun to sing. And I thought I was going to get through the whole song without getting tongue-tied, but on those railroad, whatever it is, railway locomotives, I think it is, I got all blah. But anyway, that's okay. So, yeah, so that's really was the first request in a sense, because Marianne loves it. And I'm going to, I'll show you, I'm just wondering if, yeah, show the mugs. So I had this shot up for just for the, you know, the cover for this song. And you can see that there's Put Down the Guns, there is Swing Daddy, and then there's Swing Daddy tones. And I apparently used, yeah, I goofed up on the design. So that's one of the things going to get tweaked. That design will change only in that I used the different drawing that Megan had done of Swing Daddy, and so I am definitely going to change that. It's very, very easy to change in Printful. What is not easy is getting the Shopify store to work for a buy button that I can put on my website and Facebook, etc., so that you can buy through Shopify to Printful, and it will send you the mugs. Very, very weird. Anyway, to get back to this, so what I want to do is to show you the mugs. So I always think of this kind of as being the first mug, 'cause this is the first idea I had. And you can see that there are two sizes, actually. One is, let me go this way so you can see them. Oh, I can see my fingers are in front of it. Anyway, Swing Daddy, and then it has the image that is more. This is the image that's taken from a photograph of my dad, and Swing Daddy, and then this one, and so this is just a smaller version of the same thing. Let me maybe do it this way. I can't figure. You know what? I'm never going to try to do that again, but I will show you the other mugs. It's very weird. So this is the whole band. This is a Swing Daddy band, because this was taken from the photograph of the full band, and it says no, that's one thing. So it's this one. It says Swing Daddy, and this image is not quite the one that Megan wants me to use. So that only thing it'll change in this is, except unless the script is slightly different, is that this Swing Daddy will be the same image as the one on the single Swing Daddy cup. Now, the other one that I have is Put Down the Guns, and that's the next. Where do I have to go? Over here. Put Down the Guns, which I absolutely love, and it comes from a design that Megan did. For Megan's my oldest daughter, Megan Thompson, and she's a wonderful artist and art teacher. So she did this design for a cover for a single, which is going to be released. I mean, it's on the album, but I'm releasing it as a single because I just think it is so potent as a song these days with everything that's going on. You know, the people getting shot just, you know, outside their home and in their car, and that's getting worse and worse in the GTA, and also the business of the mass shootings. Thank God in Canada they're still very rare, but it's this terrible thing that is growing and growing in the States. And then all the wars. I mean, there's Ukraine, but before that there was Afghanistan. Like, there's always the Middle East. There's always a war going on somewhere, and it's just like, put down the guns and talk it out, guys. Come on. You know, refugees, and just, it's such a terrible thing. So Put Down the Guns will be the next song I'm going to do. No, actually, it's not. It's not going to be the next song I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Put Down the Guns, but a little bit later, because I want to get to a song that was the second request I got. Well, in a way, it was the first request. It was more like I knew that Marianne loved Swing Daddy, and so I put that in as the first one. But I did want to mention that I finally have a new T-shirt. I've got three of them, a green one and a gray one. 100% cotton. I just happened to find them, and I'm really happy with it because it's comfy and works well, and it's also a good orange shirt for Orange Shirt Day. And I'm going to order one as well, but I did order one, but it was this weird brownie orange, and I didn't like it, so I gave it to my grandson, and he loved it. For Orange Shirt Day, it had the, you know, Every Child Counts, or whatever the emblem was on the front of it. So anyway, Rebecca out west, she's in, I always want to say Oregon, but I think it's Washington State. And it's either Washington State or Oregon. But anyway, she works during the day. And so right now out there, it's like after 1. So she's right in the middle of working. But she will definitely watch this later. So Rebecca, this is for you. And it is Only Lonely Me. So, and I'm gonna play the video as we go out. I hope it's supposed to. I put it up there. It should be ready. But this is. You don't want to crazy life. There is nothing here to see, only broken hearts and broken dreams. Only lonely, lonely me. You don't want into this empty life, an empty spot where life should be. Only broken hearts and broken dreams. Only lonely, lonely me. You saw me on that cold, cold corner, a wild wind whipping through my hair. I never wanted you to see me in my deep and dark despair. You don't want this bitter crossroads. Branches break on barren trees. Only broken hearts and broken dreams. Only lonely, lonely me. 50 stroll. 60 stroll. You saw me on that cold, cold corner, a wild wind whipping through my hair. I never wanted you to see me in my deep and dark despair. You don't want into this vacant home, ashes where the fire should be. And now who hides behind these fragile walls? Only lonely, lonely me. Only lonely, lonely me. Only lonely, only lonely, lonely me. Yeah, I love that song too. I'm not at Song Studio this year. In fact, it started in Toronto today. So again, anybody out there who is a beginner, intermediate, advanced, totally experienced, wonderful songwriter, want to be songwriter, thinks you could be a songwriter, any age, any instrument, any skill level, it's the place to be. And just look it up on songstudio.ca. If you're in Toronto, you could probably do this week. If you're not, and you're a ways away, or if you are in Toronto but you don't want to go and sit in a room with a bunch of people, then they are doing a virtual song studio in August. And again, go to songstudio.ca and you'll get all the information. And the reason I'm touting it is that I would never be doing this. I would never have released the songs or written any new songs if I hadn't started going to Song Studio in 2012 after I retired. And that's all down to Blair Packham, who's one of the leaders, one of the founders of the program, I believe. So, it costs a bit of money. I would recommend that if you are ever going to go to Song Studio, perhaps next summer, then I would recommend getting a room in whatever residence they have, because again, that costs extra money, but I commuted the first year. I never did it again. It was brutal. Even though I'm only like an hour and 15 minutes from there, it was just such a demanding program that I was so tired just from the traveling back and forth. So I wanted to tell you that I had a wonderful back patio visit with 3 friends who came by yesterday. And it was great and the Val was one of them, and Valerie is a wonderful fan and supporter, and she's often with us live, but she'll have to watch this later. But her request is Put Down the Guns, which I told you I would be singing. And so, I'm gonna do it now. And I don't see anyone else here at this point, but please, if you are here, would you be good enough to, if possible, to give a thumbs up or something? You have to sign in to do that, I know, but anyway, it'd be nice to know if someone is here. So put down the guns. I just have to find it. Yes, I did it last time. Feel my way through it. Bring back our children, bring back the sun. With peace and joy and harmony, a blossom for each gun. We march for civil liberties, we march to stop the war. It's time to turn this world around as we have done before. Put down the guns, people, put down the guns. In the garden full of harmony and love for everyone. Put down the guns, put down the guns, put down hatred and put down the guns. Put down the guns, put down the guns. Love and not hate, choose peace, not war. A garden full of harmony will rise up at your door. Reach out to your neighbors, love each and every one. The only way to make a change, put down the guns. Put down the guns, people, put down the guns. Build a garden full of harmony and love for everyone. Put down the guns, put down the guns, put down hatred, please people, and put down the guns. Put down the guns, put down hatred, these people, and put down the guns. Put down the choose to love and not hate, choose peace, not war. A garden full of harmony will rise up at your door. Reach out to your neighbors, love each and every one. The only way to make a change, put down the guns. Put down the guns. Put down the guns. Put down hatred, these people, and put down the guns. It's interesting about that song, you know. I sing a different version of it every time I sing it. I love the marching and that, but I for some reason, it's the one thing I just can't seem to solidify in my brain where the lines go. But it's all there, and I really enjoy it. I'm just getting used to it. So watch for that, because that will come out as a single. And I should tell you, this is really neat. While I was getting the songs out for the album, Wildcat, and you've heard this story before, but at any rate, it was supposed to launch in June of 2020. And you can imagine what happened to that. I mean, we had a rehearsal schedule, we had a place booked to do it. I believe we were gonna do it at Say What in Toronto, and all of that disappeared with the pandemic. Not only that, but the CDs themselves, which had been ordered and paid for, but just never showed up. They just disappeared. They went up in smoke. And sorry, I've suddenly gotten groggy. So let me just have some more tea. So what I did instead is that I released Only Lonely Me on TuneCore. I'd heard a lot of good things about TuneCore over the years, and it was recommended by a gentleman who was helping me with my business at the time. So, there we go. It went out on TuneCore. Now, TuneCore is a little expensive, and but it was there and fine. It went out to everywhere, and so that was great. But then in the summertime, I wanted to release New Orleans Moon, and in October, She's a Wildcat. Again, this gentleman recommended that I switch to Spin Up, which is part of Universal Music. So the two of them are on Spin Up. Again, great, they went everywhere, but it was a little bit more money than I wanted to spend to do that. Well, didn't Spin Up come and send me a note and to say, we are changing, Spin Up is changing. I don't know exactly how they're changing, but anyway, they're doing some things differently. Perhaps they're just doing all Universal artists or something like that, but at any rate, and I think they're going into a streaming platform. So they said, if you want your stuff still out there, you need to take it down and put it on another distributor. And by that time, I had in fact released A Shot of Whiskey and Wildcat album through CD Baby, which is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I had been told you couldn't, they didn't like you doing that, blah, blah, blah. But they gave really simple instructions, so I went ahead and I released New Orleans Moon and She's a Wildcat as singles with CD Baby. So they were both released just recently. I mean, I had to do this fast. And I mean, I could have done it sooner, but I was, poking around doing other stuff. So I believe that on July 15th, or around about July 15th, which was last Friday, those two songs were released through CD Baby. So now it's neat because if you go to Spotify, for instance, or Apple Music, or whatever, you'll see two copies of that, and one dated on the 15th of July, or thereabouts, of 2022, rather than the summer and fall of 2020. So now tonight or tomorrow, I have to go back into Spin Up and actually, I've already downloaded the cover art and the lyric, but now I have to make sure that all of my stuff is taken down from before midnight tomorrow. So that was pretty cool. And so then I was like, right, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and release A Shot of Whiskey. No, not A Shot of Whiskey. Put Down the Guns on CD Baby because I've got new cover art now, thanks to Megan. And I will, I don't know when it will be, but it'll be sometime in the next week or so, because what I'm going to do is now I can actually follow the plan to what you do when you release a song, where all the PR, you get that all lined up and everything. So it'll be probably in 6 weeks or something like that it'll come out. I'll let you know. So nobody else is here as far as I know, which is too bad. I really miss Kath Simonelli. She used to be here all the time, and she's been so busy with her pottery and everything. And Steve Andishaw, and so I've just, I'm hoping that we get them back when the weather is not so much of an outdoor draw, Anyway, I'm going to do A Shot of Whiskey, and oh no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I did put down the guns. What am I talking about? Okay, I'm going to do A Shot of Whiskey. I know that's Kath really loved A Shot of Whiskey. That was kind of the first song that really connected us. So I'm going to do A Shot of Whiskey. Let me just check. I think I've got it on my. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play the I'm going to play the video and get my throat back in gear. So this is a live performance video. It was just after we'd finished recording it with Chris, and the gentleman on the piano is Lori Ingalls. We're at Say What. It's a song studio open mic, and Chris agreed to come down and play for me. So again, I had just learned this. I mean, he had just done the arrangement, so I goofed it up a little bit because I didn't do the instrumental break in the right place, and then I came back to try to pick it up again. So it gets a little schmozzled at the end, but it's fun. And Chris's wife, Joan, who is a wonderful videographer, she taped it on my phone for me, which I just loved. So here is a shot of whiskey.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. My friends are with me and we're feeling alright. The band is pumping out our favorite songs. The joint is jumping as we sing along. Another round, I won't put up a fight. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. Monday to Friday, it's the day of the grind. Go to church on Sunday when we're asked to play. There goes the weekend before Saturday. The only time we can do it upright. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. Susie is dancing with Sammy. Davy is dancing with Dan. I'm on the loose with nothing to lose. I gotta get me a man. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. My friends are with me and we're feeling alright. The band is pumping out our favorite songs. The joint is jumping as we sing along. Another round, I won't put up a fight. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. Bartender, I love whiskey. Hello, Jack. A sipping whiskey, I don't knock it back. A perfect Jack Daniels man, hot and straight up. That's what I call a loving cup. Chaser for beer, or is beer the chaser? A boilermaker? I'll bring that bottle over here and pour me a whiskey, a double whiskey, a shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. A double whiskey, a shot of whiskey, a double whiskey on a Saturday night. Another round, I won't put up a fight. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. Hey, boys. Susie is dancing with Danny. Davy is dancing with Dan. I'm on the loose with nothing to lose. I'm gonna get me a man. Another a shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. Another round, I won't put up a fight. A shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. So there you go with a shot of whiskey on a Saturday night. See, anyway. When you hear the music, you'll see how I goofed that up. If you have the CD. So I just wanted to thank those who've been good enough to go to my website and sign in on this email list. We're slowly growing, but it's so simple. You just put your email in here where it says sign up, and that's it. You don't have to give me any other personal information. As far as I know, I mean, that shouldn't be that. It should just be your email address. What that means is, depending on people's email address, I might be not even sure who that person is. But as long as you're a member of my email list, I try to send out a little reminder about these lives and any other particular news that I have. But I don't I'm not into making, 4-page long newsletters, some people call them, and or filling your inbox up with all kinds of stuff. But it is something that I do that besides posting here, it doesn't matter how many times you post things on Facebook or Instagram, or even if I did Reels or did, TikTok, which I just can't deal with more than I got right now. You just don't know who's seeing them, So if you're on the email list, it means that you will get an email with the link to whatever it is I'm doing live, and any other bit of news. As soon as I get this bloody third store thing sorted out and have the buy button, I'll let you guys know, so that you'll be able to go ahead and order mugs if you want, and other merch, because I have some other ideas for things. And it's so nice because I don't have to have inventory. You just order it from there. They'll ship it to you. They'll figure out the shipping cost based on where it is that they're shipping to. So that's that. And so I'm not going to do. I wanted to do the video of On the Water, and I don't have it. For some reason, I can't find the one that will go in here and play. So I'm going to sing On the Water, and then I will play out. We'll play out with Only Lonely Me. You know what? It is 4:45 already. I'm just going to leave On the Water for now. That Swing Daddies from Cool Cat. It's the first track on Cool Cat. On the Water is the first track from Celtic Cat. There's a beautiful lyric video there that you can find on my YouTube channel, and it's with the even more beautiful voice of Emily Brady, aka Emily Brady. Just someone close to me that I know sounds like me, but isn't me, and gorgeous voice, but a nice, clear, youthful, Celtic sounding voice. So here's the video. Oh, Steve Andishaw just made it at the end. Steve, you know what? If you have a song that you would like to request, I won't do it now because I am right at the end. And but if you put it in the comments, or put it on a comment once this video is up, then I'll make sure I do it next week. Okay, that's great. Lovely to see you. It's super. Most of my regulars have said, no, I can't come. I'll watch it later because I'm working or I'm vacationing or whatever. So I'm hoping you're well and you're in good shape. I love to read about what you're doing. It's just so cool. So let me see where I wanted to do this. Oh yes, here we go. So here's the Only Lonely Me video. Enjoy it as it goes out, as we go out. And I'm just going to say Bamampi, and I will see you next week. You don't want into this crazy world.